And good morning, and welcome to another edition of Saturday Morning with Paul K. And we are on Stripah quest. This is week 2, and we're chasing the beautiful striped bass game fish in the Cape Cod Canal. And it's a total different scenario than last week. We got clear skies. Last week was all thick of fog, and wind is out of the southwest, picking up a little bit, probably about 12-15 miles an hour. It's coming up on slack tide, and the wind will be shifting to east, my favorite tide. So we're going to give it a go and see how we do. We'll try a few lures this week, and of course bait on the bottom, which is my normal mainstay. That bait always wins, and we're giving it a go. So hope you enjoy this edition of Saturday Morning with Paul K. And like, subscribe, and hope you enjoy this episode. I'll let you know. Guy pulling lobster traps. If he's got anything in there, it doesn't look like he had much luck. And lo and behold, and there are the cops keeping an eye on him, I guess. Take no shorts, buddy. These guys run these pots anywhere and everywhere along the canal. It's a perfect habitat for lobster, and sometimes they get some good ones, sometimes they don't. Not a lot of hard work, but you got to remember where each one is, and he's probably been doing it for a while. That pot's got a lot of seaweed on it. There's one. Looks like he's got one. All that effort, but still, that's a lobster in the pot. Anyway, the tide has turned east now, and this is my favorite tide. And once the current starts picking up, hopefully we'll have a little luck. And good luck to this gentleman, and hopefully his lobster traps are full. Trail Boss, let you know. Actually, that's quite an ingenious setup he's got there. That bottle floats the trap out there, and then he just twists his stick and the bottle releases the trap out to the desired depth. Pretty clever. Pretty clever idea. Good luck, Mr. Lobsterman. So this gentleman's name is Bob, and he's a lobster fisherman for a long time. He's having a lot of fun. He's already got a couple, and he's pulled this trap right here. Just happened to be in the same area that I'm in, and I asked him if I could photograph him, and he said yes. So we're going to get a little lobstering education. He's using a 1.5-year-old Mac chunks for bait. And it's good and stinky and juicy, and it's just what you want for lobstering. He got his bait. He'll open the top of the trap and put the bait in the kitchen and empty out the lobsters, and hopefully there's a ton of them in there for him. Nothing on this one? It's like Christmas. Every time you pull it up, you don't know what you're going to get.
At least I get one.
That's right. That's his bait bag, and he's going to put some mackerel in his bait bag. And the lobsters will crawl in the trap, and the area that the bait bag is called the kitchen, and they'll go through. It's a one-way deal in there. They can get in, but they can't get out. And a lot of times you get undesirable critters in there too, fish and stuff. And when I was running my uncle's crab pots when I was a kid, we used that all for bait. And I'm sure this gentleman does the same thing, and every other guy that pulls pots. It's a nice day for it, and that wind's picked up a little bit out of the southwest. It's cleared up nice. Last week was all thick of fog. This week here is cleared out nice. Unfortunately, that means there's going to be more boat traffic, but it'll keep the fish down. But we'll see what happens. We've got a long time to go. Anyway, he'll put his pot back out there and back to fishing. Trail boss, let you know. Yeah, he's got one supper one in there. One is good for supper. He said his girlfriend's got the butter ready.
Yeah, she will.
That's good. All right, Bob, we'll let you go back to your. So we're about 3.5, 4 hours in, and our lobsterman friend there, Bob, has moved on, and now it's on to fishing. So tide's cranking now, and full moon's coming up this week, moon of June. The current's really moving along. This is in front of Radar Tower. You'll see a standing wave starting to form right there. It's a huge current that collides. It's a rip. And bait fish get caught up in there, and stripers stage on either side of that, and throw lures in there, and the stripers are feeding on the disorientated bait fish. Anyway, I've been throwing a few lures while waiting, and there's been a seal out here, and he's been terrorizing the local fish here all morning, and when them seals are here, their fishing ain't so good, so that's fishing. But I haven't seen him about an hour. Hopefully some larger stripers will start coming through. Anyway, to give you a quick heads up on what I'm throwing, basically only 3 styles that all the lures in here basically fall under top water when they're breaking on top. When you think they're swimming in the middle of the column, there's swimming baits such as magic swimmers and so forth, paddle tails, plastics, and then on the bottom there's jigs. So I've been my favorites are, this is a Q bomb. It's a local lure, Canal bait and tackle, no plugs intended here. I'm not sponsored by anybody, but I can cast 3/4 of the way across the canal with the way that thing's built, and with the Van Staal, and it's a great top water. You walk the dog with that. It's pencil style lure. The mid, this is a kind of a glide bait, top water middle, and I've been mackerel pattern, and that's for the middle. And then a jig, basic parachute jig, 2 ounce, 3 ounce there, and that's all. Top, middle, bottom, and that's all you really need. And can't go wrong with white. That's all. Size is more important than color. Matching the size of the bait fish. So that's how I figure it. But anyway, continuing on, that beautiful cool wind is picking up out of the southwest, and the current's really cranking along. So hopefully things will pick up. You know, still got my Mac chunks on the bottom, and we're hanging tough. About 4 hours in, and Trail Boss let you know. Well, I gave it 9 hours, and this is an honest show. There are rare times, and I'm not saying that to be cocky or anything, but on the rare times that I do get skunked, it happens. That's fishing. I gave it 9 hours, and I'm going to pull them up now. Let's see, what kind of excuse can I use for this week? The honest excuse is there were seals here, and the table's crooked, and the light's bad, but it is what it is. It happens. But that's this week's edition. At least I got to enjoy a gentleman pulling lobster traps out here by the name of Bob, and he showed us all how it's done. I've seen him before, but I never saw that contraption that he had with the floaty bottle on the end there to hoist the trap out into the current a lot easier, which was pretty interesting. But with that, this will wrap up another episode of Saturday Mornings with Paul K. and this honest review of this week at the Cape Cod Canal. So next week I hope to be in the Outer Cape, Coast Guard Beach, head of the Meadow Beach, that area, and we're going to try some surf casting out there from my truck out there this time of year. And with that, if you like, smash that like button and smash that subscribe button, and please tune in next week. We will continue on Stripah quest and fishing for these beautiful game fish. Although I wasn't able to catch any this week, I had a heck of a good time as usual. Get your butts out here. This is Paul K. We'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.